All right, we're back. I was just about to say, I get this weird kind of burnout with role playing games where I'm like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, and then as soon as I'm playing, I'm like, wait, this is awesome. I really love this. Um, just it's very strange. So we have a crew of two, um, and let me bring up the map. The I think we enter into the world of In Rouge, near the river slash lake. It's we're at the northeastern uh, edge of the Compass Ranges where it meets the water. And the train, we hear the sound of a train coming, like slowing down, slowly to a halt. And through the mists of the early morning, the sun hasn't risen yet. We see that the train has stopped, and the engine driver gets out to go and inspect the fact that there's a tree fallen across the rails. And we see the big beautiful steam engine, built green and billowing with smoke, and then we pan back across the rest of the carriages, and we see two figures hidden a little bit away from where the carriages are. You know that the passenger carriage with the one of the passenger carriages has big deadbolt locks on the door, which looks really weird because it's supposed to be like a fancy passenger carriage. But they've put like padlocks on the doors. And you know that your target is in there. You've been given a hint by the brackish mob that this person is probably amenable to your cause, and probably very helpful. And that's absolutely yeah, they're definitely the one in the locked carriage. The rest of it's all like industrial things, so logs and grain and things like that. What do we see in the shadows amongst eucalypts in the morning mists? The two of you hiding. What do you look like?
So Isadora is a lady of kind of average height. She wears this little coat with tails on it. She's got these high boots and like fitted pants and everything, and kind of like long brown hair pulled in a ponytail. And you could tell even under the coat and stuff, she's pretty athletic, and I mean she kind of looks silly hiding in fancy clothing because it makes her stand out a little bit, and she feels silly about it.
What load is she carrying?
Probably light.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Flint. What do we see in amongst we see like a heron like get startled by the other figure and like flap off. What's the other figure doing?
I look at the birds, and I calm my dog, my Akita, my black Akita next to me, and I'm wearing like my worker clothes, but I'm still wearing my worker gloves as well, with a cap much like this. Perhaps a scarf around his neck, worker boots, a little dirty. He's younger. He's like late 20s, early 30s. keen. His eyes are like definitely like focused on the train, ready to do something.
Cool. We from in the distance we hear the engineer whistle and like a couple of laborers jump out of the engine, a couple of 100 yards up the train to try and help move the log that has fallen across the tracks somehow.
So suspicious.
As they jump out and go to deal with the blockage, what do you do?
This seems like a good. So it's the train car is bolted from the outside, right? Like it's
Yep.
got padlocks on
It's
it.
got padlocks on the doors, but it is it also has glass windows, so
Oh,
like it is a normal train carriage. Otherwise,
Oh, that's not gonna work for me. I had ideas that are not gonna fit with my character. Yeah, okay. Um, is there anybody who's within like direct eyesight of this door?
so I think you can see like two figures standing. Like there's like no one outside. No one outside is within direct eyesight of the door, but inside there are definitely like two people. The outlines of two people against the curtains.
Hmm.
Two people standing. I think. Yeah.
but we don't know which of them we need.
I mean, if you wanted to, if you wanted to get a better idea of the situation, you might want to roll an action, such as survey.
Survey. I have a 1 survey.
It sounds because it sounded like Aaron was trying to survey.
Okay. Does Aaron? Aaron, do you have survey?
I have one.
Okay.
Mostly, I wanted to see if there was anybody outside who would stop me from pulling the padlock off the door with my Hulk strength.
No one was hanging onto the outside of the train. No.
Okay.
Do it.
I think I'm just gonna come up and use my not to be trifled with to, with one hand, just twist the padlock off the door.
Cool. Yeah. What does that look like? Like, do you like do it in like a single motion, or do you do it slowly?
I think it's actually, the goal is to be really quick with it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna bend down and look like I'm adjusting something on like my boots, and then try to pull myself up using the padlock and just twist and break it off.
Cool. Awesome. So you just spend stress to do that, don't you? You don't even have to roll an action.
You can push yourself. Blah blah blah. So I
Right.
think
So
I still
you have to do an action because it's pushing yourself.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. Sounds like a wreck.
So, yeah, I agree.
Um, the position is I don't think it's even risky, right? There's not what's the one that's
Controlled.
controlled. So it's a controlled position. Like you've set
Okay.
this up. You know how this is
Yeah.
going to go. And your effect, if you, your effect is limited
Mm-hmm.
until you push yourself.
Right.
So, and then it becomes standard.
Okay.
If you were using a crowbar, it would be standard, but like you're
Yeah.
just using your hands, so
So since I push myself, do I get an extra die also, or is it just I get to use the
you push yourself instead
superhuman
of getting the
strength stuff?
extra dice. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Boop. Well, it's a 4.
Cool. It's noisy as heck
Mm.
when you pull the whole door off its hinges because the hinge is the weak point, not the bolt, not the deadbolt. So like you go to like pull on the thing and it's stronger than the door is, so you just hear this like huge clattering, the smashing of the glass in the door window, and immediately the two dudes that were standing inside start just firing their guns like out the door.
That's fair.
Am I right behind her?
Where are you, buddy?
Or I'm right. I watched her do it, but my back is up against the
car.
train.
Yeah.
Right, like sort of waiting for her to rip it off. So I'm out of the way, but I'm next to the door that's just been ripped off.
Just seeing like the ground of like is getting like bullets ricocheting off the.
Yeah, and I'm sort of ducking, like holy crap, but waiting for a pause in the gunfire. Hopefully.
I mean, they fire off about 3 rounds each. The guns that they're using are probably 6-shooters. So.
And I have a fine pair of pistols, correct? Do I come with that? Or...
So, when you start a mission, I asked, I forgot to ask you.
Oh, what was in my items?
What's your load? So,
Uh-huh.
load is light, normal, or heavy, and that's how many items you can have selected. The point being that if you've got a heavy load, then people are going to fucking notice that you're walking into town, stacked with guns, right? It's
right,
about how
slow.
So
right.
yeah, what load do you think you have?
I would say I'm still light.
So you can take a fine pair of pistols and still have two boxes left over for this mission.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the way load works in this is you only have an item when you need to use it. So, like, you had 3, questionable inventory slots, and then all of a sudden it's like, I need to use a gun. Boop, a gun is in one of my inventory slots.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I pull out my pistols, and now that they've paused, I'd love to like fire in there.
So you're gonna like move around and like fire in through the door, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I'd like to fire in. Well, geez,
Or you want to like climb up the side and like try and fire through the windows, or?
The train is stopped. I'm going to roll underneath the train and pop up on the other side and get behind them because they think that there's someone out in front of the door. So maybe I can climb on the side of the train and shoot through the window behind them.
That sounds like a skirmish
That makes
roll.
sense? Okay.
Sounds like you're doing skirmish.
Oh.
So let's.
Which I have none of.
Is that what you want?
Oh, yeah, I get 2 dice.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what you want to do? Is a skirmish?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think that this is risky, but probably standard for it. So your position is risky. Standard is your effect. So if you click on skirmish, just click on the word, it should pop up with a thing asking you how many dice you have, which is 0. And then
it just says position.
Oh,
yeah,
so
and then I choose a position.
Position is risky.
Yep.
Effect is standard.
Effect is standard.
You have no
And
bonus
dice, none.
If you want, you can push yourself, which
That's
would make
true.
you use 2 stress off your thing. And you get to roll. You get 1 bonus die,
You
which
get to
means
add
you're
an extra.
rolling 1 die instead of taking the
Okay.
worst out of 2. Or you
I'll
can ask
push.
Ash for a devil's bargain,
That's true.
which is an unexpected thing that comes true regardless of whether you succeed or not.
To get an extra dice. So basically, I get to make a bad
Wow.
thing happen. So devil's bargain is you get a dice, I make a bad thing happen.
Right.
And it's
Or
so
I
you're
push
also allowed
myself.
Yeah, or you push yourself and just spend stress.
Yeah.
And then how much stress do I... Where's my stress tracker?
The stress tracker is on the left. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stress.
Oh, I see it.
Spend
Yep.
before you trauma out.
Cool. I'll stress 2. That's fine.
Yep. Spend 2 stress.
So I'll
get an
take 1
extra
bonus.
1 bonus dice. Yep.
Yeah. Oops. Risky, standard, 1 bonus dice, submit.
Another 4.
All right. So yeah, that means you definitely like the other side, like you pop up and you're firing in through the windows and the curtains. it's a bit trickier to get a thing, but you definitely hear like some of the bullets hit furniture and some of the bullets hit squishy meat. And you hear some yellings of expletives from within. And then and a bullet comes out like through the shattered window that you've just like someone has like one person has turned and started firing towards your direction.
Damn. Do I take any hits?
Not yet.
Not yet. So I jump back down.
So now there's one person.
Where?
It goes quiet, right?
Yeah.
You hear yelling from the engineers because they've heard gunfire and they're like, "Oh shit, we're under attack. We need to work out something." They're running back towards the engine, but like here the gunfire has stopped. We hear like a water bird going whack 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 because of all the disturbance. But there's a moment of just still. What do you do?
We shout in and see who's in there, right?
Do it.
Yeah. What do you? So.
Yeah.
What do you?
Who's in there? Like, we're here to get you out of this train, or are you protecting?
So you hear someone go. They're clearly got their mouth like gagged, and then you hear like a thud of a rifle butt on someone's head, and they shut up, and then you hear someone else yells, "This is the Rouge Foot Police. We're escorting a prisoner. You are committing a crime."
Okay.
That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
And one of them is like, "You were under arrest." Like, he's very like not sure if he can under arrest you, given that like, put down your weapons. You're under arrest. We're going to take you to the station.
It's just a door.
Sure, my guns are down. Come on out.
That sounds like a sway. That sounds like
All
you're
right.
trying to get them to come out.
Yeah. All right.
It's
How many points do you have in
definitely.
sway?
I have a 1.
I mean, your effect is going to be limited. What's your position? Risky limited. So risky
Okay.
is your position. Limited is your effect.
And 0 dice.
Mm-hmm.
You
Does my
guys
stress
level
go
apart?
down after
At
every...
the end of a mission.
Okay.
At the end of a mission, you get downtime actions. You get 2 of them, and you can spend 1 to reduce stress if you want.
Yeah, and that's what your
Okay.
vice is for.
So maybe I can push again.
You can push again if you want to get an extra dice. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Where did that roll window go? There it is. Okay, so I'm getting 1 extra dice.
Yep. So another
And the-
thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you make a desperate roll, you get an XP in the category of the thing that you're rolling. So like if you're doing sway, you would get a resolve XP, which is that little flag right there. So you can trade position for effect, which means if you want to have a better effect, you can make it desperate instead of risky, and you would get an XP. But
So
if you get a bad roll, the consequences are so much fucking worse.
So if you wanted to do that, you could stand in front of the door with the gun on the floor, with your guns on the ground, right? Like, it would be desperate if you actually had your guns on the ground,
Right.
but the
Okay.
effect would be greater, right? They would yeah,
Okay.
they would be more likely to actually come out.
Let's do it. So I'm gonna... What do you call that again then?
Trade position. So that's called trading position for effect. So now your position is desperate, and your effect
All right, so let me cancel
is
that.
standard. Yeah, you'll have to cancel that.
It's desperate.
Yep.
Position desperate. Effect is standard.
And then you still get your +1 since you use the stress to push yourself.
Got it. Okay. And do I put a little flag in the resolve?
Yep.
Yes, put 1 in resolve.
Okay.
Once that's all the way full, you get to put a pip in one of those skills.
Sweet. All right, here we go.
A 5?
All right.
Whew.
So one of them comes out each of the doors on both sides. Guns. So the guy in his neat blue uniform with like shining brass buttons, and like his very like rectangular mustache, like comes out and he's like, and has his 6-shooter, like long barrel 6-shooter, like trained on you. And then Aaron on the other side, the other guy tries to do the same.
That's adorable. And by that, I mean I'm going to beat him to death with his door.
Wow. Yep. Cool. What action do you think that is?
It sounds like skirmish.
Yeah, it does sound like skirmish. Yeah, cool. Look, the position is probably risky. Because but it's not like he's not shooting at you, but he's kind of ready to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying with the door?
I mean, I still have it in my hands because
So the effect is probably great then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a metal door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you said risky, great.
Risky, great.
Do you have a devil's bargain for me?
I mean, this guy isn't just a member of the Inverouge Foot Police. He's also like an important part of the like Riverside community.
Riverside community, as in like the people we're trying to help?
I mean, the poor people.
Ash.
I'm giving you this is devil's bargain. He's a nice guy, but also a cop.
Man needs a job.
Like his wages as a cop do feed people.
I'm going to reject the devil's bargain
Okay.
and just make him a faceless nobody
Yep.
who gets destroyed.
Oh my lord. Describe this to me. Because he did.
I'm not... See, I'm trying to figure out if it's just like... I think it's one of those flattening moves where it's like I'm holding this over my head. So it's like, my arms are up. And he's like, put the door down. And I'm like, okay. Wham!
Bonk. Yeah. Like we hear the horrible thud of metal on bone. And then we just like cut away from like blood seeping out from under the door. Okay, you've got your hands up and Flint, you've got your hands up and a gun trained on you. Do you want to do anything?
I say, sounds like your friend might need a little help over there.
Glances back over his shoulder for a second.
And then now I can pull another item out of my pack, right?
You absolutely can. Just say that you have
So
another thing on you.
So I pull like he didn't notice I still have my fine long rifle like slung over my back, so I just grab that and try to clock him right in the head while he's turned around.
Go for the skirmish roll.
Okay.
This one is
Not gonna be great.
yeah, it's risky standard.
Okay.
You can trade position for effect if you want to like make it more risky and outright murder him, but that will mean that
Outright murder him?
So if you want to fucking kill him, then
I just want to knock him out.
All right, and that's risky standard. Yep.
Okay. Risky standard 0 and no bonus dice. Okay. Here we go.
Lowest result is a 4.
4.
So that's still that's still so yeah, you hit him. He still, like, when he's looked over his shoulder, he's had a gun trained on you with his trigger on the finger. Hitting him in the head makes him pull the trigger. You're gonna take. Look, you. What I said it was risky, didn't I? So
Yeah.
you're gonna take a medium harm. So,
Okay.
in Blades in the Dark, you have a section on the left of your
Yep.
of your sheet. It's got some. It's got two minor boxes, two medium boxes, and a major box. So, put put shot in the chest
In the
in one of the twos.
okay.
And then anything where having a gaping chest wound from a bullet would be a negative thing, you'll get -1 dice.
Got it. But I'm okay, mostly.
But he goes down. He's unconscious.
Cool. Perfect.
So
So yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that level 2 harm. If you have the pips left, you can use armor to step the harm down to level 1.
Or you can choose not to have it happen by resisting.
Yeah, if you resist, basically you spend stress to have that thing not happen to you. So it's like, oh yeah, I don't get shot. It just shoots near me.
Or I get shot less.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
for
it's either
instance-
stress or where's the armor part?
It's on your item sheet under the gray box. Like usually it's about halfway down.
Yep. Yeah. Why don't I?
Yep.
I need to click final wrong rifle, and
Yep.
then I'll just click.
Fine long rifle is 2, so you've used all 3.
Oh, so I don't have enough for
You're
armor.
not wearing
Yeah.
armor.
So your only choice at that point
Okay.
would be to resist.
Let's
it.
stress. I resist the gunshot.
Okay, so the way that
How
the
much stress
resistance
is that?
roll is, so
Oh, I roll.
So what you do is you say, "Nah, it doesn't hit me in the chest." So you say to me, "I'm resisting,"
resisting,
and
yeah.
I say,
Okay.
"All right, well, you can dodge out of the way of the bullet so it only grazes your arm or whatever."
Right. Glances off a
which
rib.
would make it a level 1 harm instead of a level 2 harm. Does that sound like
Yeah.
like a possible thing to do to avoid getting shot
Absolutely.
in this way?
I'm fast, but I wasn't fast enough.
Yep. So we do that straight away. So move shot in the chest down to shot in the shot in the arm as a level 1
Okay.
harm,
Perfect.
and then we find out how much stress it cost you. So
Okay.
so this sounds like finesse to no, sorry, this sounds like prowess to me.
Sweet.
So you have see how the left hand column has like a line to differentiate it in your dots.
Uh-huh.
So if you were doing an insight resistance, you would have 3. If you're doing a prowess resistance, you have 1. If you're doing a resolve resistance, you have 2, because that's how many have a dot in that left hand column. So
Got it.
This isn't very much fun for chat because they can't see, but you have 1 prowess dice. So if you click on prowess,
Uh-huh.
it should start to roll a resistance for you.
And no bonus dice.
No bonus dice.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
So the amount of stress you get is 6 minus minus your dice.
So 0.
So you take no stress.
You take
and
no
don't Get
stress,
shot.
and you no, it's not that he doesn't get shot, but he gets shot less badly.
Shot less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you roll a critical clear once and I lose 1 stress?
If you got 2 6s, which you didn't, but
Oh, I see. Got it.
yep, that would be
When you roll a critical.
yeah,
Cool.
exactly. So yeah, you just kind of so you like as a part of like hitting him in the head, you obviously move your body so it's not in
Yeah.
getting shot range.
Yeah.
So just kind of so the muzzle ends up like so you've got like the muzzle burn, as well as like the graze from the bullet itself. But then yeah, he goes down. Like there's the thump of the butt of your rifle against his head, and then like the dung as he hits the wheel of the carriage, and then he's on the ground, but he'll live, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Tactics is fine.
Inside, you just hear someone kind of like moaning. Like
I scramble back under the train to meet up with
Both
Isadora.
the door on both sides are open, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. They came on both sides. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up too.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I'll climb in.
inside, someone wearing a it's not really a prison uniform because we haven't really got those yet, but it's like plain, like the most plain clothes you can, and then they've got like a sack over their head that is like that is pulled tight with like the period equivalent of like a zip tie, so it's like tied around their neck, and they're like hands tied behind their back on the floor, like moaning. It's obvious that they were like yeah, just sat down on one of the benches before they were hit.
I'd unmuffle them first before we free them.
You're not going to be able to get the bag off their head anytime soon, just because like it's so tightly around their neck. Anything you do to try and pull it off is going to be Also, I don't know who's under the mask yet because we have to find out from Dakota.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the person and kind of put my arm on my hand on their shoulder. I'm gonna say, "You must be the one we're here to get. Don't worry, we're on your side."
And they like seem to think for a second and then start like trying to like nod in the thing, and you can see that every time they're doing so, it's like cutting into their neck.
Don't do that. Like,
Yeah,
we got you.
it's not getting worse. It's just that like it's obviously like yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm assuming you make a spirited escape from the train.
Yeah, probably through Flint's door, so
Yep.
nobody has to see the crimes I did on the other side.
Yep.
So
So
how'd
like,
it go on your side?
so
I
the
didn't
yeah.
see it.
Flint's store is on
Take care.
is like closer to the water, so I'm imagining you like splashing your way through the swamp to get off into the trees before like circling back around to make your way back up into the ranges.
Mm.
Cool. And yeah, we just leave the yelling and the whistling of the train and like the commotion behind as we just as we like see you slosh your way into the marshes, and like a baby alligator kind of like tries to get the fuck out of your way, and in the distance we see the sun rising over in Varouge in a array of pinks and oranges and purples. And I think that's a really good place to end it for our session 0. We've got our third member of our crew.
Cool.
We'll get this sack off their head by next time.
That was a blast.
Let's do a quick little bit of like, you probably won't have hit all of them, but let's see if you hit any XP triggers.
Okay.
Hmm.
I addressed the challenge with violence or coercion.
Yeah, you did. Give yourself an XP for that. I think it was only one challenge, so that's all right.
Well, would ripping the door off the hinges be another challenge with violence?
Well, I think it's the same challenge.
Well, it'd be to guard to death with a door.
All right, fine, have 2. Well, no. The two is, did you do it lots? And I don't think you did it lots. I think you did it, but I don't think you did it lots.
Okay.
So I think 1 makes sense.
Okay. I don't think my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background came into it, and nothing with vice or trauma yet. So
Cool.
1 XP.
Cool, good job. Oki, did you do any of your XP triggers?
So, every time, is it the Mark XP box, right?
Yeah, the mark XP down the bottom.
Yeah. Every time you roll a desperate action,
Which we did
mark
the XP for that.
for resolve, right?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
you did that.
Did that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I add a little red mark in the playbook advancement.
No, you
that?
don't need to do that for
No.
that one. Because you
Oh, okay.
that little mark that we put under resolve
That resolve
is the XP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. I
you
got a little violent.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, definitely did that. So you
So
get
there I mark.
So there you
on
can
the
put that
playbook.
XP either under playbook or any of the 3 other tracks.
Oh, cool.
Your choice.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna put it up in prowess. Resolve's already going up. I'll put in resolve.
All right, cool.
You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? No.
Cool. All right.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during session? No. Okay.
All right. And then for the
Cool.
crew, did we... what's the crew's specific one? I got to remember.
Default? Oh, shit, I didn't put that one in there. Whoops.
Yep, that's why I'm finding it.
Foment, murder, or overthrow.
Did we foment, murder, or overthrow?
We did murder.
You murdered.
We did murder.
you smashed.
Yep. Challenges above your current station. Yes, you get an XP for that because the In Rouge police are higher tier than you.
Nice.
And then
Bolster your reputation or develop a new one.
do we think this was daring?
I feel like robbing a person off a train is probably kind of a daring thing to do.
Pretty daring.
Yep, I
Yeah,
think so.
we chopped a tree down and stopped the whole train and got him off.
Yeah, cool, great, get an XP for that. And then we don't really know the goals, drives, in a conflict or nature of the crew
Yeah.
yet, so
Right.
we'll find out more about that in the future. But yeah,
Cool.
that's us for our session 0. We have a crew of 3 people now, and we're good to go. So we'll be back at the same time next week. Aaron, do you want to do your outro?
Shit, it's been a while.
It has been.
Like a real long time. Hi, I'm Aaron. If you want to follow me for some reason on Twitter and watch all the flirts and selfies and food and crap, you can do so at the roadvirus_. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can check us out on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, and Facebook, I believe, at that D&D podcast. It's the letter N and not an ampersand. And I think that's it.
Cool. For a podcast that's called That D&D Podcast, you'll play a lot of games that aren't D&D.
We haven't played D&D since the first season.
Yeah.
But rebranding is a whole
Yep.
fucking thing. So
Oki, do you have any outros?
Sure. I'm Oki, aka Go Kid. You can find me on Twitch where I stream the New York Times crossword puzzle, various strategy games, and board games from time to time.
Got a cool t-shirt.
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm designing t-shirts on the stream as well as doing creative. You can find that at okishirts.com. I too have a podcast, but it's more about Asian American culture, pop culture, called the Yellow Peril Podcast. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, it's GoKid. I'm pretty much GoKid everywhere that you can be on social. So yeah, but thank you, Ash. That was awesome, by the way.
Thanks
And thanks for being so kind to me.
No. That was good. Like I was saying, it's real nice to get back into the
Yeah.
saddle because it's been work has had me so busy. I haven't been able to play many role playing games. So
I'm learning so much already.
I've been Ash. I'm a Acegiak, ACEGIAK, on all the socials, including Twitch if you want to watch me do weird dumb shit sometimes. This is the City of Red Waters expansion for or alternate setting playset for Blades in the Dark, which will be available to the Kickstarter backers of Blades in the Dark once it's finished, and then a little bit later it will be I think Evil Hat will be publishing it, so it'll probably be as a PDF. So, but in the meantime, you get to see it here in preview. So, thanks for hanging around, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
bye, everybody.